Hello, everybody, and welcome to Freedom Friday. I hope everybody's doing well out there and staying safe. And we have some great messages for Freedom Friday. And today is March 1st, 2024, which is a 12, which goes down to a 3, which just means this is a divine message. Uh, I watched a couple good shows. I haven't finished the one, but Santa Surfing has some great shows. She's really putting out some information. Another one, and she mentioned it tonight in her show, and I have been subscribed to him. He's on Rumble. It's called And We Know, and they're all separate words. And We Know. And that is a really good one. He's got a lot of really good videos and information out there. We have to really, I noticed that a lot of the chats, if you watch the chats, people are talking about how they're feeling and they're feeling very tired. And the other day, I think it was yesterday, me and my husband were almost knocked out. I mean, we were exhausted. We could not wake up. And I said to my friends across the street, I said, were any of you guys tired yesterday? And both of them said they were really tired. One was, they were both at work. They were like, just like nodding off. And I've noticed, and it's not just in Florida because they're spraying everything. They're always up in the air spraying. Our skies are gray. Usually by this time in Florida, I've got a tan. I am losing my tan. I mean, I don't have much of a tan. I haven't had any vitamin D. I haven't been able to lay out the sun. And it's just gray. The sky doesn't even, if it is blue, it's like this dull blue. It doesn't even really look real. I don't know. It's just, but I'm asking other women in the area when I'm out that I kind of know, and we've been talking, and they're saying the same thing. The one lady at the grocery store, she says, I said to my husband, the sky looks really weird. And the men are, the men are noticing things, but the women are like, doesn't the sky look really weird, honey? And they're like, oh yeah, a little bit. I don't know. It's just, but anyway, I've noticed everybody on the chats are saying how tired they are all the time. And we didn't take the hokey pokey. So we don't take flu hokey pokeys, and we don't take any of those hokey pokeys. So it's not that, but yeah, we've been really tired. So we really need to ground ourselves, and we felt better after we went out and grounded ourselves. But all we wanted to do was sleep. And that's not normal for me at all, or my husband. He's usually, outside. I'm usually outside doing something. We haven't been yesterday and the day before. And I'm wondering if that's that frequency thing that they are putting out a heart from Alaska. So we really need to pay attention to how we're feeling. And, my husband manifested something. It was really interesting. Um, and he didn't realize it. And I pointed out to him because he's starting to understand it a little bit. A lot of people really don't know about the dark night of the soul. They don't understand the dark night of the soul. And everybody's dark night of the soul is going to be so different. So my dark night of the soul, even though I told you about it, it could be completely different from yours. Meditation was a big key to my journey through the dark night of the soul and my daily journey. If I say to my husband, I'm going to lay down for a half hour, that means I am going to go lay down and clear my mind and meditate for a half hour. I usually don't sleep. And if you do fall asleep, you needed the sleep. Let your body rest. My husband slept today from till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Tried to wake him up a couple times to eat lunch, and he's just like, and I'm like, okay. And I went to bed like for a half hour, did some meditation while he was sleeping, and I dozed off a little bit like a twilight sleep, but I didn't fall asleep. But I was tired. I felt lethargic. So yeah, just pay attention to this stuff that's going on with us. Anyway, we have a great reading today, and we are playing a game. And oh, okay. I'll tell you, my husband manifested something he has been craving since Pennsylvania. It's some meat that he's been craving. And we were at friend's house, and he's like, "You want some couple of these?" And my husband's like, I'm not going to say what it is here, but yeah. And he was really excited. I said, "You do realize you manifested that? You just said it yesterday out loud that you wanted some. You were dying for some." So that was interesting. I watched it, and I think when he did it, he said it out loud. I really want and craving this, and then it was like boom, there it was. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. So we're playing a game, and it's the inner child, and we're trying to bring out our inner child, and we want to try to manifest. We want to practice that little bits and pieces. So what I'm doing is I want to see how many people are manifesting, and it's starting to get there. I mean, we've got like 500, people watching, and 17 I thought was a great number the other day. People manifested, so that's not a great amount, but that's great. That's people coming in and maybe liking me, but it doesn't, it's more, I want to see if you guys are manifesting your inner child. Okay. I love you guys too. And I know you like me. Okay. I know some of you may not like me. That's okay. You might not pick up my frequencies. But yeah, I want to play with the inner child. So when you come in, I want you to think of something significantly, but small. Something like my husband. I'd really like to say a lobster tail or something like that. And all of a sudden, boom, there it is. Or I wish an old friend would call. I haven't heard from him in, 15 years, and boom, 3 days later, the phone rings. So try to play with this, but don't try to manifest like a ton of stuff. Just do one thing. Like I'd love a friend that I haven't heard from in a long time to call me. There's a manifestation. And just keep saying it out loud, even when you're meditate. Don't repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. But I mean, like when you're meditating, say, yeah, I'd really like that friend to call me, and say it out loud. So the more you practice with this manifestation, the more we can do it, because we are co-creators with God. And there's a lot of weird, crazy stuff happening out there, let me tell you. So it's going to get crazier. We're in March mayhem now, and things are going to start boom, 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 boom. It's not going to trickle out anymore. It's going to start really, really manifesting out there. So hang on to your hats. Now, I'm going to read the three, the number three. We all know it's the Trinity and it's a divine message, but I'm going to read what the Soul Oracle says about the three. And I got to put my glasses on so I can see. Okay. Now, number three indicates that now is a good time to take care of your soul families, both in this world, and in others. Make contact and tell them that you love them and need them. They will hear you. You will find strength, healing, and answers among those closely connected to you. This number teaches you to look at everything, to become an observer, and wisdom will come. Number three's energy field brings about diversity, creativity, energy, the overcoming of duality, and understanding, the seeing the world of the divine. Yes, we are going to start to see the world of divine once we start to go more and more through this journey that we're on. The dark night of the soul is just a piece. The dark night of the soul is just releasing the things that are keeping you up at 3 a.m. and the things that are binding you. You realize that when you have those past traumas locked in self, that you're it's keeping you prisoner. So we got to remember that when we are locking things in self and we are reliving them and reliving them and reliving, not releasing them, you're in prison, mind prison, and you're replaying it over and over again. You have to let go. You know what? You could even manifest that. I mean, think of a dandelion. You pick the dandelion and you know how you blow it in the wind? be your inner child and pick up a dandelion. It's not there, but you're envisioning it. I'm envisioning a white, fluffy dandelion. I call it a fluffy afro. And I'm blowing on it. And it's blowing in the wind, and I'm making my wish. I mean, that's what we need to do. We need to bring that inner child out. And I noticed, a lot of people have that, have been hurt so many times that they're carrying around that masculine courage all the time, but they're not letting their compassion, their loving out because they've got those walls up. They've been so hurt. I've been there, done that. Guilty. Before I went through the dark night of the soul, I was there. I was playing things over and over in my head that may have happened that were traumatizing, or asking myself questions. Why did I do that? Why did I trust that? And that's what you're doing. You're basically releasing yourself from the chains that are binding you. And that it's heavy. I did a lot of crying. I mean, I'm going to be honest, it's like, it's like releasing a bubby blanket that you've carried around because it was a security blanket. And then you release it and you miss it so bad. You're like, oh my God, I need my bubby blanket back. I can't sleep at night without my bubby blanket. But you can, and you will, because you released it. You didn't need that feeling of security because you felt secure inside. You had released all the bad bondage that was holding you prisoner in your mind and reliving the past. And that's really what we need to work on. That is the dark night of the soul. And we always will, like I said, go through things in our life that may traumatize us a little bit, but nothing traumatizes us as much as childhood trauma, teenage trauma, the things that we really cuts us deep. That is the trauma that we have to get over and on with. And that's a big dark night of the soul. Cards and coffee. This is going to be a great night. I have this feeling. Now, went blank. Okay, we are going to start. So many cards. The first one that we got was the 8 of Earth. And the 8 of Earth is growth, manifestation, accomplishment, success, abundance, wealth, and appreciation. And I want you to remember what I just said about this card. Growth, manifestation, accomplishment, success, abundance, wealth, and appreciation. Because those are going to be important for the rest of this journey through these cards tonight. I say it's today, but for me, it is 1:31 in the morning. Success, wealth, and love. Do what you love and love what you do. I love this card because that is what we need to do. Make plans for the future, a time of abundance ahead. Confidence in the future outcome. Do not rest on your laurels. Money does not buy happiness. Lose the lack mentality. The 8 of Earth symbolizes success, wealth, and love, the manifestation of a positive attitude, doing what you love and loving what you do. This is a very optimistic card, one that suggests a time of abundance, fruitfulness, and good harvest ahead, a peaceful, happy home, career, confidence, respect of your peers. What more could you ask for? All the seeds born of past planning are growing well, and you can be confident that the outcome you need will manifest. I heard somebody say something the other day that I thought was very interesting. Because you know how people say they're star seeds? Really, we are all star seeds because heaven is above us and it's going to be on earth and it's in us. And yes, we are part of the cosmos, the creation that came to plant the seeds. And they need to be positive, good seeds. And that's what she is. She is Earth. Earth is beautiful. It's part of us. We can all be an element, but we all have all the elements in us. And we are all one, but yet we're different. Because we have that unique star, that unique spark in us that only I can have, or only you can have. And that's what makes us so special. So don't ever let anybody tell you you're not special, because you're very special in every way, shape, and form. And your mistakes, your problems, your imperfections are also beauty. It's just different beauty. Okay, this can also be a good time to think about taking the next big leap rather than resting on your laurels. You have it within you to go further and reach greater heights if you so desire, especially if you remain committed to doing everything to the best of your ability. The Eight of Earth signifies a time to look to knowledge and celebrate your success, and perhaps to start making new plans for the future as well. Yeah, we all need to start making new plans because we are going into an amazing future. And I hope you watch JWTV, 2 words on YouTube, because he's really got some interesting stuff he puts on, and I like him. So yeah, he's another one to tune into. That'll help you kind of show you what's going on kind of in the background, because they're paying more attention than a lot of us have time to. So the next card we got with the Eight of Earth, and this does not surprise me. This is the Nine of Swords. This is anxiety, because when you start grounding yourself and start going into this energy, the anxiety happens because you're taking off a mask, you're grounding yourself, and you're becoming one with Earth. And you're starting to use your intuition and your co-creator, and you're starting to realize who you are and what you are. You're amazing. This is what I just said, okay? Because this is what this card is. What ties you in knots looks small in the light of day. Try to keep perspective when negative thoughts get in your way. So yeah, what binds you at 3 o'clock in the morning? This is what it's trying to tell you. The Nine of Swords is an anxiety card of the tarot. It reveals trouble beneath the surface that is often expressed through dreams and nightmares. What's eating you up? You may be anxious due to pressure, overwork, relationships, or family issues, or anxiety may be a pattern for you as a warrior. On a physical level, it can show someone not sleeping well due to stress or overthinking. Yeah, you need to get some purple amethyst. She's got some purple amethyst, and you need to ground yourself. My mood ring is green. When I first come in here, it was pink, which means I love you all, and I enjoy getting together with my soul pink. So we need to work through the anxiety, and I get it. We all, in this day and age, with everything that's going on, we all have some anxiety going on. There's a lot of stressful things out there right now going on in this world. And we got the 10 of water, and I like this card because this card is like universal love. And that's what it's showing us right here. That's kind of what this one was too. This was abundance and success and grounding, manifesting, and we have all of it. We just got to believe in ourselves. Because the anxiety, the pressure of the life outside of us pulls us that way. So when you've got all that pressure from the outside of you, draw back and go within. Got the solitude card the other day. Sometimes you have to be at peace, and that solitude will help. So this card, she's a water sign, she's a 10, she's a 1. She's playing with the energy. She's going with the flow. It's universal love. It's a divine connection. And we have this is a divine message to me because we got the three right there in the date. So that to me, that's divine. It's centeredness, serenity, peace, oneness, boundaries, and disruption. You know, my husband seen something on YouTube today. Or no, it was YouTube, it was Facebook. And it was a video. And it wasn't a video, it was actually pictures. It was really good. It had a gentleman that noticed a little girl walk in with her mother. And they had square tiles on the floor, and she was playing hopscotch as she came in the door. So the owner had seen that on the camera, and he decided to make a hopscotch thing as you come in the door for the little girl. So she come in and she was all excited. She did the hopscotch thing, and next thing you know, a little while later, an older gentleman come in, and he's standing there at the door, and he looks at it, and he's looking up to see if he sees any cameras, and they're wondering what's he up to, you know. Then he's looking around, and all of a sudden he looks down, and he does the hopscotch. And it said, "Isn't it nice to see his inner child come out?" And you wouldn't believe how many old people walked in that door and did the hopscotch. That is your inner child at work. Do you remember? I don't know if I watch Twilight Zone all the time. I love Twilight Zone. And I remember the Twilight Zone. It was in the living home, where the elderly living home, and the people went out and played kick the can in the middle of the night. And when they started kicking the can, they all went young again. They were little. They were young kids. And it was a really good Twilight Zone because every time they went out and played kick the can, they'd turn young again. And the couple that had kids and grandkids and this and that, they didn't want to stay young because then they wouldn't have their kids and they'd have to do it all over again. And a lot of them didn't. But there was one guy, and he wanted to stay young. He was like a pirate. Like he went out the window and he's like, "See you later," and they never seen him again. He kept kicking the can. Here's that inner child. And I think a lot of people pay attention to yourself. If you have been more strong and more masculine in your life, look at why. There's a reason why you have been. Either you're trying to impress somebody, or you didn't feel like you were enough, or something. It has something to do with it. And if you're too compassionate and you have none of that strength from the masculine, think about why you're like that, because you have to have that balance, feminine and masculine, and the inner child. And if you don't, then you're out of balance. You'll see it. I mean, you will really see it. And I started noticing people that have not went through the dark night of the soul like I did are starting to, where they had the strength, they were the more masculine because they had to. They're starting to get more sentimental and compassionate. And I know I went opposite because I was always real sentimental and compassionate and cried at the blink of a hat, couldn't handle anybody crying, all that. And I got more strong. I think I took on more of the masculine. And I seen that in me. And plus, I do the inner child when I can. Sometimes you get these old souls around you and they don't like the inner child. They want you to act like a complete adult and not be silly. But that's not me. So I try to make faces and dance and do things. And I try to pull my inner child out as much as I can. And I think we all should. This is truly living in the present. A feeling of divine connection, a time of serenity and ease, power born of knowledge and understanding. We got the knowledge card for Thankful Thursday. A positive emotional state. We also got the emotional card where she was balanced. We got emotions. The power of consciously project your energy. Say no to disruptive influences, giving life and power to shadows. The Ten of Water symbolizes both a beginning and an ending. It is that moment when we let go of emotions that bind us to the past and find ourselves truly living in the present for the first time. Do you realize these cards, how they're lining up? Really think, because this is trying to tell us which way we need to go and what is binding us. It is a feeling of divine connection with all and everything, feeling and knowing that love dwells at the very core of our being and always has. When I discovered how much Source, God, Mother, the Christ consciousness loved me, and I brought them in me and held them within me, I feel so much better. I mean, sometimes the world gets heavy on the outside still. You know, the 3D world, it expects too much. When you're loving yourself, and not that ego love, I'm not saying that I am better than anybody, not that kind of love, because that is not a good love. It's the love that I feel that we're all equal and we're all special in our own way. No one is above anyone and no one is better at anything, ever or everything. They do have techniques where they are better than somebody at something, but not everything. And when you have those people that think they know everything, then that is an issue. That is a big ego that needs to be brought down a little bit. It symbolizes a period of time when we can move through life with a serene sense of ease and fluidity, even when surrounded by turmoil or conflict, when the weight of past emotions is released and everything flows in the manner it is meant to. Our emotional state now influences our life in a positive way that makes it easy to see and understand how powerful we truly are when we devised ourselves of emotional hooks to the past and only serve to limit and restrict us. To know yourself to the extent that you understand what you feel as you do, and then release that you have the choice to react in a different way, is to have control over the energy that you project. Instead of creating a reality that is a reflection of unconscious emotional energy, the 10 of water lets you know you can now consciously project your feelings and create a future of your choosing. Have you ever noticed how someone can alter the energy of an entire room of people just by walking in and smiling? One smile, a kind gesture, a moment of attention and genuine interest can change a person's whole demeanor in a heartbeat. Some people seem to have an almost tangible connection to everything and everyone, and a single word or glance can bring joy. When the 10 of water appears in the card before you, she represents a state of serene grace that is achievable if you desire it. By consciously embracing a positive mindset and focusing on living a joyful life in this moment, on this day, and each day that follows, you can influence everything around you in the same positive manner. It is not about denying those influences that create discord and disharmony. Instead, it is about choosing not to allow them to disrupt your life or steal your happiness. It is about starting each day with a smile, greeting everyone you meet with kindness, and focusing your attention on the things that bring you peace and joy. 100%. We really need to think about what that card said to us, because all these cards with the anxiety is telling us that. Get grounded, work on yourself, because when you do go through that dark night of the soul, you have to try to flow through it because it's going to be dark. It's not going to want to be released very easily. It's really hard to release those they did, she said, he did, he said, she said, and everybody else did. You got to release it. It ain't worth hanging on to. Not at all. So now, with that one, we got the Queen of Swords, another sword. And this is resilience. This queen is highly intelligent and driven. She commands respect, holds her ground, and puts her interests first. She is charming, but does not suffer fools. She can see the truth of any situation in a flash. This card often comes up in a reading to show strong women, business leaders, independent females, and single parents. If she comes up as the U card in a reading, it's time to show your strength of a character. Be prepared to make a strong decision or to respond to a final decision made by a woman. This is intelligence, independence, leadership, insight, intolerance, determination, and justice. Yeah. Uh, she's telling you that you got to go with the flow, and you've got to release what keeps you up and binds you at 3 a.m. and get grounded, but be resilient. Just because you have that compassion and you're getting sentimental, you have to balance that with that courage, that strength, because you don't want to be one of them sentimental, I cry over everything person, because you're just going to drive people and yourself crazy. Now, that was the 8. No, that was the 10 of water, because we also got the 8 of water. And this guy, that's where we want to be. This is gratitude, appreciation, delight, joyfulness, happiness, positive, pride, harmony, positivity. We have to get here. No matter what we do in our day, we have to work on our trigger moments. That is so important. He's showing you right here. He's got the dolphins in the background. They're protecting him from the sharks. He's got every chakra is lit up. He's got source over him, with the eye of source watching him, because he is basically has energy coming out of his hand, his hair. The full moon is behind him. He's got his intuition going on. This is where we want to be. So the divine message so far has been manifestation, grounding. That was all about Earth. Anxiety, what keeps us up at night? What binds us? Past. It's usually not the present unless we're having a problem with somebody at that point, which that can happen, but that is past. And then we have this. We have the 10 of water. She's playing with the energy. She's going with the flow. She's beautiful. And she's got the heart of source over her. So she's got a lot of compassion, love. And then you got the Queen of Swords showing up. This is like, you know what this okay. This is her twin. This is the masculine and feminine showing up in the cards. This is the feminine going with the flow and loving everything. And this is the masculine with the sword and the shark flying around with the resilience. Because this is where we have to balance out. He's balanced. And he's in a positive, appreciated gratitude state. The attitude of gratitude. We have to get there. Create a positive environment. We have to get there. Be prideful, not boastful. Cherish what you have now. If you're already unhappy, more will not make you happy. No, money will not make you happy. If you can't live on nothing and be happy with your life, it ain't ever gonna happen. You got to work on you. Focus on all that is good in your life. Question an unnecessary desire for more. The 8 of water symbolizes how a positive state of appreciation and gratitude can influence our lives and environments for the better. When you make a conscious choice to take pride in all that you do and appreciate all that you have, you open yourself to more good vibrations and more reasons to be happy. It is important to approach life with delight and joy, to take time to laugh at life and at yourself. If needs be, it might be unrealistic to hope to be happy all the time, but by taking the time to appreciate the people, the beauty and the abundance in our lives, we create moments when our happiness is deeper and more enduring. We create ease by choosing to focus on all that is good in our lives. We create a positive emotional two-way energy flow that, like water, finds its way into every crack, where it washes away cynicism, criticism, confusion, conflict, and anything else that may be weighing us down. Genuine appreciation lightens and uplifts the spirit Whilst expressing our gratitude is a powerful means of asking for source of appreciation to continue whilst giving back energetically at the very same time. When the Eight of Water appears in your reading, he symbolizes the importance of expressing gratitude and appreciation. We all have good in our lives. Cherish it in the here and now, the here and now, the here and now, not the past. You know, if you go back, say you're in your 50s, okay, in your 40s, and you're still thinking, or even 60s, you're still thinking of the past. You can go back. There might be a couple here and there, but they all have a life now. It's not the same that you're hanging on to. People are gone that did bad things to you. It's over with. You can lay that to rest and take the chains off that bind you, because that's what this is. This is taking chains off. This is going into your total energy and cherishing your life, what you have. And if you don't have a really great life, you can make it nice. There's no stopping you. A little bit of elbow grease and some cleaning, you can have a nice house. You can make it cute. When we got that one, we got the Ace of Wands. And this is growth. You're crowned with success under the influence of the creative ace. As new projects, work ideas, and travel plans take off, you're able to communicate well now, to share your visions and persuade others to get on side. If you've been wondering if your plans will succeed, this card tells you yes. Listen to your intuition will also strengthen your spiritual belief. An additional meaning is fertility and pregnancy and beginning a new journey or adventure. Step into your power, invent, talk, and create. Whatever you say now will be well received. Yes, beginnings, intuition, adventures, ideas, creativity, success, and fertility. We can't walk around with a negative attitude all the time. It's just bringing everyone around us down. So spark up, get happy, because you're making it worse than it really is. Because we got number 15, abundance, which is a 6. And did you notice we got abundance and manifestation on the first card? This is the last card in the Dreams of Oracle, Dreams of Gaia, excuse me. So it's a state of plenty. Abundance is a feeling. Abundance surrounds you. Have faith and conviction. Complete trust is required. Your rainy day is today. Determine your goals and reasons and set intentions. A state of contentment, not influenced by external factors. Relax and enjoy yourself. Generosity ripples outward. The more you give, the more you receive. Appreciation and be grateful. You know, I was listening to, I think it was And We Know. I don't think it was Santa Surfing. I think it was And We Know. And he showed a clip of Tucker Carlson. And when Tucker went to Moscow, he said he was very amazed at the way the beauty of it and the living conditions were. He said there were no homeless. There was nothing dirty on the streets, no drugs, no people sleeping on the streets. It was beautiful. And then he said he looked at the United States and we look like a third world country compared to that. We've made it this way. We've walked away from people. Have you seen people? It's not equal. And I'm not saying that people that didn't work for it deserve it more than people that didn't have the proper education, the background, the proper job, and didn't make the big dineros on Wall Street. But what did the people that made the big dineros do with it? They used it on themselves and they became selfish and they got stylish and designer like. And their kids got stylish and designer like. while they were driving their really ritzy car that they spent $60,000, $70,000 on down the road. And all kinds of people are homeless because they were foreclosed on because they couldn't pay their taxes, or their home burnt down because they didn't have insurance, or they went through a hurricane and didn't have the money to fix things. It's so sad because I know for a fact that if I had a lot of money, I would be investing it in mankind and our world, not a Maserati and a mansion on the hill. That's where we went to. Money is the root of all evil. Now everybody watches these people. You go on Facebook and they take this vacation every day and they're swimming in the pools and they're on vacation and they're flying around here and but are they okay, they're smiling right now, they're drinking and all that crap, but are they happy? That doesn't mean they're not sick. That doesn't mean they don't have problems nobody sees. That doesn't mean they don't have anxiety at night and they're not sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning. We don't know because people are good at keeping masks on, but we are going into abundance. But we have to work on ourselves before we get there. Because if we don't, then we will get greedy again. And this world will stay as a third world country. Do we really want to live like that? I don't think so. We want a beautiful world, a heaven on earth. Determine your goals and reasons and set intentions. A state of contentment, not influenced by external factors. Relax and enjoy yourself. Generosity ripples outward. The more you give, the more you receive. Appreciate and be grateful. Abundance is defined as a state of plenty. We will never want. I'm not even going to explain this card. I mean, abundance is it's fertility. It's having babies if you want. It's having a home where you want it. It's having food whenever you want it, and good clean water and a safe place and a warm place and to be healed and to be safe. That's what we want. That's abundance. I love those cards tonight because that was a really good message so far. Because with the abundance, we got the Ten of Cups completion. And I think we got completion yesterday. Love grows and bonds deepen in romance, while your social family connections grow and thrive. Anything you do with others is favored now. From celebrations to team sports, any old disagreements are overcome in the spirit of togetherness. Children thrive, and your home is a hive of activity. Equally, you enjoy prosperity and work success. An additional meaning to this 10 is finding your dream home and having children. You can feel blessed for the life you have. It's time to celebrate. Family, love, weddings, home, security, children, and celebration. We're going into spring and it's time to start celebrating. We've went through a lot, all of us, everybody in the world, and not just the United States, in the world. And we deserve everything that we're going to get, and we're going to get abundance. It's not going to go the other way. The baddies aren't going to give it. I don't see that. Now, the clarifiers, I use the Oceanic Tarot for the Dreams of Gaia. And now we have practical magic. And you know, this card that come out, I like this because we've been talking about the inner child and we really have to be a goofball once in a while. I have decided to start exercising more. I just need to get firmer and lose some weight. So that's my next goal and my triggers. I'm still working on my triggers. I'm getting better at it. But this number 30, it's time for play. We got the Woodland Queen. And look at all the animals at play. She's got 2 rabbits playing, which is fertility at spring. She's got the bear right here, little cub coming out of hibernation. She's got the fox, and we're supposed to be back observing like the fox. And she's got the raccoon, which they're night creatures, and they like to savage for their little food and be all curious and cute. And then she's got the stag, the fawn behind her. And then she's got the energy right here. She's got her energy ball in her hand and she's got total energy around her and she's got her stick horns, which it's connecting her to earth. It looks like she's trying to be all woodlandly. She's a woodland gal. Okay. It's kind of like was it Davy Crockett and the coon hat. She's got the woodland twig. She's grounding herself with energy. She's got her feet and her crown grounded. That's what she's doing. So don't interpret or perceive it any other way. We know how everybody perceives things. We got a wee bit of devil in us, don't we? Create for the joy of it, not for the end result. Allow yourself to be messy and imperfect and free from constraints or limits. It's Freedom Friday. Be wild and crazy. Be yourself. You don't have to be good at something to have fun doing it. In today's goal-oriented world, it's easy to forget how to play. Be curious and create for the sheer joy of it. While kids are happy to make glorious, unself-conscious art of singing tunelessly at the top of their lungs, at some point in the growing up stage, most people decide to only do things they're good at. Nowadays, with tutorials, courses, books, and online instructions on any topic you can imagine, there's pressure to be good at everything you attempt and to give up if you are not brilliant the first time you try. But you don't have to be a professional artist to find pleasure in painting or an acclaimed chef with your own restaurant to love experimenting with food. You don't need to be an expert sculptor before you start playing with clay or a full-time jeweler to create meaningful pieces with making you smile. If you're doing something makes you happy, do it regardless of your skills or talents or lack therefore. When this card comes to you, it's a message to surrender to the wildness of your imagination and give your inner child free rein. See, she's playing with her inner child. And what kids don't put sticks on their head and make little things out of them and things like that. She's playing with the woodland creatures and she's in her zen. She is one with nature. Oh boy. Paint and draw and sing and write and dance and craft without worrying about the end product, needing it to have a purpose or even try to improve. Do something you've been too scared to even attempt because of the pressure you put on yourself to be good at it. Follow your joy, reveal in your mediocrity, and appreciate the process of expressing yourself rather than focusing on a finished product. Be aware of your tendencies towards perfectionism and consciously releasing it. If you're too focused on being perfect, you'll always be disappointed in your creation. And that will discourage you, halt the flow of inspiration, and stop your natural ability to express what's in your heart. This is a time to play and create with joyful abandon. To thrive creatively, you must give yourself permission to make mistakes. Be messy and explore freely without permission to make mistakes and concerns about the expectation of the outcome. Pottery mug wonky. Portrait more surreal than you'd hoped. Song more screechy than melody. Dance more clumsy than graceful. Do it anyway. I mean, it's not like we're singing in a parking lot or in the shower trying to impress people. So be crazy. If you don't want to do it in front of somebody, do it in the shower or in your house by yourself. Sing like a rock star, you know, like Risky Business. Slid across the floor in your underwear and socks. I mean, I used to do that when we had our bigger house. I used to slide through the floor in my socks. I mean, we all want to do stuff. Let's do it. Just do it. Don't question it. Be free. And if somebody else questions it, say, hey, sorry, my inner child wanted to appear. Ta-da. I like to mess with people. Okay. This is a time to play and create with joyful abandon. I already read that. Magic flows when you let go of self-conscious and self-criticism and the drive to be perfect. Accept that you don't have to be good at everything you do. Your job, yes, but not the things you do for fun. Give yourself permission to be terrible. Who knows? Once you start, you might discover talents you have had no idea about. Maybe you'll love it and want to take classes to get better. Or maybe you'll just reveal a beginning spectacular bad at it and honor and appreciate the experience and the unpressed fun of it all. You don't have to make a career out of a hobby or set goals. Let go of targets and results and embrace joy, freedom, messy play. Connect again with your childlike sense of wonder, awe, and curiosity. Just be you, be all the things you've always wanted to be, but were too scared to try. Have compassion for yourself and for the dreams you crushed because you thought you weren't good enough. Dance, soar, paint, sculpture, move, sew, garden, bake, color in, express yourself, your heart, your joy, and your wild curiosity with complete freedom. Remember that you are more than your productivity, more than your achievements and your work self. Life should also include things that are done for no reason other than fun. Be silly, laugh loud, embrace joy, take a risk, try something new, fail spectacularly, go on adventures, submerge yourself fully, hold on to your wonder, cherish the journey of life, not just the goal. Find pleasure in small moments of joy and treasure them, acknowledge them, and know there will be more ahead. I really like that message. That was a great message because we've been talking about manifestation, the inner child, our imagination, our masculine, feminine, balancing it out. And that is a really big divine message because that is what we've been talking about. I mean, I can't jump up and down like Rumpelstiltskin any more than what I'm saying right here. And we're all learning how to critique it. Mystery school is the most complicated because mystery school, we don't remember completely. Earth school, we're getting it a little bit more, but now that they've lied to us, indoctrinated us, and we don't know what's false and fiction and what's true and real. So it's hard right now with the 3D outer world. That's why I do a lot of going within to get my answers anymore. Now, we got this card, I'm thinking a few weeks ago, and I really am starting to like this card. And I'm going to call it the Sunflower Bunny because I don't know what it is. It's love that you are different, and it is different. It's got like a dragon tail, and it's got little wings, and it looks like okay. So I got to pick it up. I'm disappearing. Oh, okay. So I just played with my inner child. See how that was? Um, it's just really cute. It like I said, it's kind of got a dragon tail and it's got a bunny face and it's got little wings like fairies. It's just a really cute card. You have strength and weaknesses, and both are worthy of love. Know them, honor them, and do not heed those who tell you that you must change in order to fulfill their expectations of you. You will never be who others expect you to be. You can only be the unique individual you are meant to be. Love that you are different, for it is your differences, and loving those differences that make you truly beautiful. I really, really like that card a lot. And I keep telling everybody we have to be us because we can't be uh, who people want us to be because then that is not what the creator meant for us to be. If you're letting human, man, woman change you how you are. That is a big no-no. Okay, the next card we got was Honor Gaia. The earth upon which we dwell is more than just a rock covered in water, stone, and dirt. The earth beneath your feet, the mountains, the forests, the rivers, lakes, oceans, and the air that you breathe are all part of the magical living entity that is Gaia. She is your eternal mother, our provider, and our home. Gaia gives us life. Without her, we would not be. Honor Gaia by seeing the truth of what she is. Honor Gaia by loving her as you love yourself. Yeah, this is a beautiful card. She's got the golden bird up here and the dragon around her, and there is the white feather that says our guardian angels are around us. And tears and the water is pouring out of her mouth, and her hands are cusped with a trail here. Her eyes are closed, but the third eye is wide open right here. And she's got a glowing cobweb over here and a golden cobweb over here to balance her out. Actually, it's a cobweb down here on both sides, and it's a glowing orb up here. So she's got a lot of energy around her. It's a beautiful card, and it's a good message. We need to take care of Gaia, our mother, our creator, our Christ conscious within our heart. We got to take care of it all. And where we find it is within us. Trust in the magic is the other card. And this is Messenger Oracle that I'm pulling from right now. Magic is the mysterious and coincidental. It is at the heart of those moments of synchronicity and knowing. It is woven into the awareness that there is more to life than what you can see. It is born of that moment when you step without fear and with loving heart into the void, voice your desire, and have great spirit send his message to show you the way. Trust in magic. It is real and it surrounds you. Yeah, it does. And we need to put some protection around us. We need to do some sage stick at least once a week to open a window. It's starting to get spring out here in Florida. I don't know where it is. It might be a little chilly, but open the window for just a little bit so you can smudge your house and get it clear and then close the window back. Get some fresh air in there and try to ground yourself. If you can't go out and you live in the winter, get a plant. Get a spider plant because they take toxins out of the air. And you can sit beside it, have some tea or coffee, and listen to the channeling messages with me. And you can rub your plant and play with your plant. And you can ground yourself as you're hitting the likey manifestation lucky button and manifesting a wish. See, that would be fun. I mean, that would be a great, and come back and chat. I look at all the chats and I reply and let us know how it's working for you. I'd love to hear it. And if you want me to share it, I'll be happy to share it. We got a number 31, and this is the Soul Helper Oracle. And that's a 4. And it says, you are experiencing a spiritual blossoming. Take a new direction and be open to new experiences. The lotus flower represents the union of opposites. It possesses the power and wisdom to fuse light and darkness, symbolizing the spirit, perfection, and spiritual development. You have drawn this card because you are at the beginning of your soul path and still have much to understand. But that is only natural. We are all on the path of mastery. None of us can claim to be any better or indeed worse than others. We are not in a competition. Retain your innocence and do not fear the dark. It is a wonderful place in which to grow. At some point, we have all momentarily strayed from the light-filled path before choosing to rejoin it once more. Even the lotus has its roots in the deep, dark, cold mud of the lake bed and must reach up through the water towards the light to flower in true, perfect beauty. Only then does it give us the gift of its magical beauty and enchanting fragrance. You have drawn this card because something really profound is about to unfold. It heralds a new chapter of your journey. Take the time to listen carefully, first to your inner voice and then to the world outside. You might hear the call of a new teacher. Be open to your ongoing path of learning, wisdom, experience, and personal growth. Your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the owl, the herbal essence oil is peppermint, healing crystal is clear quartz, and the number is 4. She is naked in that water and she is flowing with the water. She is grounded and she looks like she's entwined. You know, I can say the best way to become one with the creator, that's the perfectness, not our outer shell of our body, our avatar. That's not the perfectness. The perfectness is when we go within and get to that perfect spot where we want to be. Now, number 4 reveals that you need solid structure now more than ever. To feel secure, you need an ordered space. This number brings a sudden burst of energy. Use it to get your life in order. It brings good humor and cheerfulness. Things will be less complicated and life will become easier. Start to be aware of yourself and your body more keenly and take care of your physical needs. Number 4's energy field is the mastery of matter in order to be able to create paradise, wholeness, divine order, and manifestation. You know, when these cards, I don't know if you've ever been on my station, but I'm going to tell you, I do a midnight meditation. And I usually put some Indian flute music meditation that I have that I love, and I go into my meditational kind of trance with the cards. Each deck, after every card shuffle, I take each deck and I cut it 3 times and I knock on it to wake up the messages. And I shuffle and I shuffle. And as I'm shuffling, the cards will come out that want to be seen. Now, I don't take a whole stack, but the 1 card, 2 cards come out, and especially if they flip up, they want to be seen. So those are the cards that I take as I'm channeling messages. A lot of times I write things down that I've been channeling, I've been seeing. You know, 2 years ago, I'm going to have to bring my dream journal out. 2 years ago, I did a conversation with some people I was doing about my dreams. And I had dreamt that our things are going to start to malfunction. And that was a couple years ago. And I knew it wasn't then that it was going to happen. I knew it was a future event because I just didn't see it right now. I seen it in like the future. And what I seen were like office buildings where it was just like people just left. I mean, their desk, all paperwork, everything was there. Their pen was there. Nothing was put away. It was just like they evacuated. And there was no one answering phones and there was no phones ringing. So I don't know what it meant, but I can see that things are malfunctioning now. Pay attention. I get these letters in the mail that don't even pertain to my husband and his medical because he has a different medical and they come from the state. And we get like 3 or 4 of them a day and they don't even pertain to him. They come in my name, but they're in his name. And I've called the state and said, hey, you need to stop these letters from coming because you're wasting 100,000 trees and you're sending like a stack of them a day. And she says, well, I don't know what to do, because they come in automatic. So I got another three of them today, and they didn't pertain to anything about my husband, and it had my name on it, but it was him in the box where he would have dental, and he doesn't have dental with that because I called his health care plan, and they said he don't have that. Okay, so you'll notice things like that, like things coming and coming and coming, and you're like, what is this? Just crazy stuff. So yeah, the manifestation and all of that is what we are doing. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to work on. It's really important because we have to practice that because we can do that. As I seen it come out, we've been in Florida for like 6 years, okay? And my husband's wanted this for 6 years since he's been down here. And he hasn't been able to find anybody that could get him that he liked that was clean. So he finally got some, and it was just after he had said it. I think he said it late earlier. I think it was yesterday. We were talking, and he's like, I'd give anything to have some of that. And boom, there it was. So he manifested it. You just don't realize it. And we got some interesting cards with the angels and ancestors. I want you to really listen to these cards as I'm reading them because they come out really different. And I thought it was a great message. Now, the first card that we got was spring. See your seeds grow. And what did I say? We are star seeds from the heavens, and we are here to spread our seeds of truth and love. And that's what we're supposed to do. Embrace the change that is on the horizon. Allow your dreams to become reality. Spring is an exciting time because it has so much potential. Animals are coming out of hibernation, flowers are pushing up through the soil, and the days are getting lighter and brighter. It is looking prettier, but the skies are they're still spraying. That's triggering me. This card features a wild hare because the Celtic animal medicine and hare brings intuition and rebirth. Hares are highly fertile beings, and so their medicine can bring dreams to life or manifestations. You are ready to bring to life all your ideas, inspirations, and projects. When this card appears, you are moving into a space that allows you to really grow, expand, and create in a way you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth. And if you're starting something new, prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When a spring card arrives in the future position of a spread, or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming spring will usher in important energies with regard to your questions or intentions. Yeah, pay attention right now because we are going to have some interesting things start happening. This is going to be March mayhem, and it starts today. Now, we got the arrow. Surround yourself with protection energy. Now, what I do, and me and my husband did the night of the hurricane, and like I said, I'm amazed we didn't die in the hurricane, the tree that fell on us. And we asked our neighbor because it was a big tree that fell on us. I mean, the root system was enormous, and it didn't crunch our place. And we asked our neighbor, did that? Because she watched it. She thought we were dead. I said, did that tree just fall or did that tree ease down like this? Because the root system was attached. She says it eased down like this. So the night before this hurricane, I said to my husband, we are going to put a protection. I always do it anyway, but I think, two people, the more people you do this, the more it will manifest. Okay. We placed a protection bubble around us. We asked God, we asked Source, the Creator, the Mother, the Christ conscious within, to protect us and our animals that night, and to protect our community and protect everyone through the storm. And we put a protection bubble around our home, and we expanded it around everyone. No one died that night. We had massive devastation, and not one person died. That was amazing because you should have seen the devastation. I mean, me and my husband, this is how I say it. We literally woke up in a tree. After like 3 days, I had to make him cut tree away from the windows of our fifth wheel because I couldn't, I was claustrophobic. I couldn't deal with it anymore because all you could see was a tree. And at one point, our whole yard was cleaned up and you could see the road, you could see everything. We have a beautiful yard. My husband manicures it all the time. And it was just really bad. I mean, everything was tree. We had, it looked like when we were cleaning it and walking through it and trying to get it cleaned, it looked like we were on Avatar. That's how mystical and tree-like it was. It was crazy. But anyway, we got the arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy right now, and I want you guys to do that. Please, my soul family, do that. We've got some crazy stuff coming in everywhere. Protect yourself. Surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angel guides and ancestors to bring your protection. Arrows have long been revealed as a symbol of protection, as many hunter-gatherers would use the bow and arrow as a weapon of defense. When an arrow appears in meditation or dreams or an oracle reading, it's a sign you need to protect yourself and what is important to you, because not everyone has the same intentions as you do. This doesn't mean that people are intentionally wanting to hurt you, but they could be careless in their choices and actions, and this could affect you. There are energies around you that could lower your vibration, and it's important you become aware of them and aren't brought down by them. If you are in a situation where you feel that not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals or with kindness. Follow your intention about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can take time to trust and what to trust. Intentions and goals or with kindness. So we want to use kindness in our intentions and goals. I had to kind of think about the way it was stressing that. I had to repeat it. Follow your intuition about whom to trust and what to trust. So I've been saying we really need to be careful with people right now. There's a lot of strange things going on out there. If you take time to retreat or to step out of this situation to assess what is going on to be beneficial for you, do so. In any event, this is a time to call on the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe. 100%. Put it around your whole family, your animals, your friends, your loved ones. I mean, the universe. The more we do that, the more of us are manifesting that, the more it can happen. We really need to protect everybody right now. Okay, and the last card we got in this one was the broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace, because that's where we are going to. We are going to peace, and we don't need to fear. That's the biggest problem. Our enemies want us to fear everything. That's what, the Bible to me, the Old Testament it was all about fear and control. And we have to be really careful with that. I think if we go within, like if you enjoy reading the Bible, I would, but when you go within and ask source to decipher what's true, you can actually, as you're reading things, and not just the Bible things, you can kind of think, wow, that doesn't make any sense at all. And you'll know right away that it's their baloney, not our creator. Let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. You are safe. Just as the arrow card symbolizes defenses and protection, the broken arrow card symbolizes peace. In several indigenous traditions, a broken arrow would mean the tribes were no longer fighting one another, but were making alliances. When you see a broken arrow in a meditation, vision, dream, or reading, it is a message that you no longer need to fight because peace has arrived. This is a powerful symbol of harmony, serenity, and community. If you have been exposed to a situation in which you have felt the need to protect yourself or defend what you feel is right, know that this is now coming to an end. With the arrival of the broken arrow card, you are being guided to know that the energies of light are entering to wash away all the darkness. You can drop your shields and protection. You are not, oh, you are now in a situation that will honor you and honor your needs. Arguments are ending and disagreements are being resolved. Prepare to talk things through and offer the peace that you would like to enjoy. In order to move forward in a more fearless way, it's important for you to let go of the idea that you can be hurt by this situation or the people involved, because this will only work against you. Know that your angelic guides and ancestors are standing around you, protecting you, and taking you lovingly forward. Yeah, we are going to come to a time, and I don't know when, that we are going to come to peace. We just have to get through right now. And we really have to work. We really have to work on ourselves. We really, really do. I mean, that is the whole key to this whole thing. If we are trying to work on everyone around us, help people around you, but don't work on them. Work on yourself. Don't critique them. If they ask you for help, help. If they don't ask you for help, don't help. I get that we all want to help, but sometimes it's kind of an intrusion. It's not the perception you have, it might be the perception they have. And it's okay. We all have our own perception. Soul Star activation, fulfill soul contracts, remembering who you are. The soul star chakra is the energy center that is found around 6 to 12 inches above the crown and connects us directly with soul wisdom. It is our gateway to the etheric realm, which holds all the lessons of all the incarnations that we have experienced through our soul star. We access information and wisdom like a computer connecting to the internet through broadband instead of having to move through the dimensions to access the information. We can remain We can remain connected at all times and download support as necessary. The Egyptian teacher Horus appears on this card as our spiritual guide. His hawk head image is said to illustrate his connection to the sun, moon, and stars. As a keeper of energetic portals to hidden realms, he can help us remember our starry origins, open psychic visions, and connect directly with the wisdom that is held in the stars. Through your previous journey, you have learned much about the inner workings of your soul and about the cycles of karma. Before the incarnation, you set a powerful intention to remember your divine origin. At this point, you are in a powerful space, for you are remembering who you truly are, and you know that you have it within you to make a great difference in your own life, the lives of those you love, and of course, the world. This remembering is in alignment with the soul contracts you made before coming to this realm. If you find yourself worrying if you are making the right decision, know that even if you aren't conscious of it, all that you have chosen so far is in accordance with your soul evolutionary plan. And when you draw this gateway, you are opening up on higher levels. Yeah, we are. I think we're going higher and higher. We're not going lower and lower. We're just accepting things as different perceptions that we've been lied to, and that we're opening up our subconscious mind and connecting with what we need to connect with. The proper connection to love, not the fear. The positive and negative that we need to go through for the inner wisdom and the outside world and what we need to learn. The mystery school is the inner wisdom, and the earth school is the outer wisdom. Never really thought about it that way, did we? I was meditating the other day and that came to me. That's how you channel messages. That's called channeling. Say I'm sitting there. I do a lot of staring out the window sometimes when I'm sitting here because I'm watching the animals. I'm watching life create, come to life, all the birds and squirrels and butterflies and everything. And I'm thinking, but I'm clearing my mind. I'm not thinking about what I need to do, like cook dinner and clean the bathroom or whatever. I'm thinking about pretty much nothing, but I'm connecting with source. I'm letting source come in through my heart space, in through my crown and down into my heart space. And I'm feeling the connection and the decisions I need to make. And the words are coming to me while I'm thinking that. And that is from our creator or our spirit guides or our ancestors or whoever wants to communicate that is only allowed good. I don't take anything bad within me. If it is negative, it's not welcome. And you can only welcome things in. They can't just come in. Hilaron, this is the Divine Master Oracle. Most of mine are oracles. I only have one tarot deck. I'm not a big tarot deck person, and if they have the devil in the tarot deck, I don't buy one. I don't like that. I don't agree with that. That's a fear tactic. It's making cards and coffee and wisdom and intuition and source or creator and all of that evil. And I don't like that. And I would like to change that. So that is what I'm working on, to change and incorporate the spirit with the proper words from God that haven't been distorted and taken out of the books, the great books. I so believe in our creator. I always have, and I do believe in Jesus Christ, our Lord. But I also believe that we had other teachers, and I believe there's other dimensions, and I believe that there is more of heaven and there's more uh of what they call hell. I know that there is bad whatever out there, but is it something we create? Is it something that keeps us up at 3 a.m.? Is it a figment of our imagination? I think so. I really do. Okay. Um, Hilaron Divine Emergence. Be seen, let the world know your gifts. Hilaron, also known as Hilaron the Great or Saint Hilaron, was a master healer in the temples of Atlantis and also had incarnations in ancient Egypt. In his last incarnation, he was born to pagan parents in Syria in the 4th century AD. He studied in Alexandria, Egypt, where he converted to Christianity. And it is said that from the moment he dedicated his life to spiritual pursuit at the tender age of 15, after hearing about the miracles of St. Anthony, he went off to the desert hermitage for 2 months. He carved personal space, but the hermitage was busy. So he decided to go back home. But after his parents had passed, he gave up all his worldly possessions and retreated to a cave in the wilderness. Hilaron spent the majority of his life away from humanity because he was a highly sensitive being who picked up the energies of those he came close to. It is said that those who come to his cave experience miracles, including barren women becoming pregnant and people overcoming mental and other health challenges. Now Hilaron's soul helps light workers embrace their gifts and emerge from the cave of sensitivity. It's time to come out of hiding and be seen. Energetically, you have taken some time to retreat and recharge, which has been highly beneficial for your mental and emotional well-being. But now it's time to emerge. Don't get too comfy or fall into old ways of being, because the old you want to hide or old fears of persecution or judgment makes you feel that you need to. You weren't born to suffer in this lifetime. You were born to surmount challenges and embrace and share your gifts. If you have been holding back or hiding a part of yourself, in order to fit in or conform. You are being encouraged to break the pattern and be seen in all your glory. You are a powerful teacher and healer with the ability to break outworn family cycles and help others radiate their brightest light. Your personal journey shows others what is possible for them. But to do this, it has to be shared. Let all your gifts be shared. I really like that because that is true. We really need to share our gifts because all of our gifts are so unique and special. We all don't have the same gift. We got to remember that. So if you have some gifts that you're hiding back there in the depths that you're just not thinking that you're good enough for, don't do that. You're probably amazing. You just don't know it. There has been so many people come out of the closet that were amazing that just didn't think that they had it. They just didn't have the confidence, and we really need to step that up. When you love yourself, you'll have confidence. Human Spirit Oracle. This is my newest one, and I just love these little things. They are so cool. I remember when I took it out of the box and I showed my husband, he says, "Those are people. You ain't gonna like that." I said, "I love this day." The energy was like when I was looking at it, when I go to the place, it has it like in the box and it shows the front and stuff. And I'm like, and I kept going by it because I'm really not into the human, I like the scenery and the magical stuff and the pictures and stuff like that. I'm more of an oracle girl. And this is an oracle, but these were people. And she pulled it out and she started showing me the cards. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get that. And the book. And it was just these short, really cute things, but they were great messages. So we get a number 41, which is a 5, which is change. And this says, pull yourself together. And this is a very interesting card. She's all pulled apart. Oh, Mary, you are hot. A hot mess, that is. Your emotions are all over the place. And I'm not talking about your profile use of emojis. Take some time today to ground yourself in meditation or deep breathing. A whole is only as strong as its parts, and right now your emotional team has run amok. Pieces of you left in the ether. Let us just pluck them up and start piecing yourself together. When you are not whole, how can you give yourself or something or someone? Do you feel pulled in many directions and never enough to fulfill it all? Take a moment, press pause, and connect with yourself and with your inner spirit. When you find your center, you will release or you will realize that you can pull yourself together. Do the work because it is time to get yourself together. She's all pulled apart. She's got that looks like blue forget-me-nots because that's like the brain. And there's the heart with the arm. She's got to piece herself all back together because she's just torn apart. So we have to pull ourselves together because now this is our time. That's what she's saying. This was a divine message tonight, everyone. And I just love my soul family. It's growing and it's wonderful that we can all come together. And I'm not in it for the money. As you can see, I don't. I asked for a little bit when I was having the GoFundMe thing after the hurricane, but I took it off because I was so sick of that. I don't like that. So, this is where we're going. This is Freedom Friday, and Aloha 2024 when we get there. I don't think we're in 2024 yet. I think we're in 2023 because we are going from the Gregorian calendar to the Julian calendar, and it might be a different calendar. It's going to be God's calendar. And it's going to be 28 days. It's the woman's cycle, and it's going to be 13 months. So there's a lot of things that are going to happen in our world. And on JWTV, he has a list, today's one, of where the smart cities are going to go. And they're planning that. And I seen Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. and I seen Daytona Beach, Florida. And I seen some different names. Now the list was real small. I had to make it bigger. And I'm gonna see where he went on, and I'm gonna see where the smart cities were, because it seems like they're gonna be where there's fires now in Texas and Oklahoma and all that stuff, and Maui, and we just had hurricanes and tornadoes everywhere, and it devastated us. So I don't know if our little city is in there. I'm not sure, but I did see some Florida places, and I couldn't make them out. So I'm gonna be looking into that. I think there's going to be a smart city pretty soon in everybody's neck of the woods. They're up to something. So we have to really take it into consideration and pay attention. It is going to go down, but it's going to be fast now. You're going to start to see so much, and we need to be prepared. So I love everybody, and may every step in your journeys be magical. Remember, hit the magic manifestation button, which is the like button. Bring your inner child in, and I want you to think about it before you hit it. And think about what you want to try to manifest. Something small, not big. Don't be on a Fiji island somewhere drinking a non-alcohol pina colada, because I want to be there too. Manifest me with you. But no, just something small, like my husband did. I'd really like to eat a lobster tail, or I'd really like to go out with a friend I haven't seen in 10 years, or hear from them. Something small. Work on it. Come in and comment. Let us know how you did when it come true. My husband mentioned it. I'm pretty sure he mentioned it yesterday, because we were on the way to the doctor and he was talking about it. So I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, and it happened today. It happened this evening. So it was pretty quick. So he said it, and he doesn't even realize he's doing it, because he's not realizing he's channeling stuff. And I'm catching it. I'm paying more attention to him than he is. And when he manifested this, I called him on it, and he had to think about it. It was like the time he said, "I'm not a carpenter." I says, "Well, your father that passed away, it was a carpenter. Why don't you talk to him and have him help you?" He did a beautiful shed. I mean, he did better than a guy that has experience, I think, could have did. And he did talk to his father. And he said he was doing cuts and nailing and doing things that he just couldn't believe. So, my father always said there's no such thing as can't, kid. Once you say that you can't, you can't. So don't say that word. And I had to look it up and prove him wrong in the dictionary, but it isn't a good word. Can't is not a good word to use. Use I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I mean, we just have to stay positive, because we're going into a beautiful world. We all know it. So I want everybody to stay positive out there, as positive as you can be. People, it's hard right now for a lot of people. And sometimes on the outside, we can't see what's going on the inside. So we need to pull out some compassion, but we also need to be strong, and we need to be listening to our instincts and be aware of what's going on around us. Now, we're going to have a great journey. We're going to have a magical Freedom Friday. I can feel it. And you're also going to be just you. You're beautiful, unique you. That's all. Have a beautiful day.